As a doctor, I was seeing myself, and Ayurveda was nowhere in my mind.
किसी को वात या दोष है तो वो दोष थोड़े टाइम में बदल भी जाता है. एज एन ऐसा होता है कि आज वो वात डोमिनेंट दोष है उसका, आने वाले 2 हफ्ते 1 महीने बाद वो अब पित्त डोमिनेंट हो गया है.
I got COVID, and then I did not take any allopathic medicine, and I was only on Ayurvedic medicines, and it was treated well.
इफ़ यू गो टू अ सेकंड आयुर्वेदिक डॉक्टर, तो क्या मैं ये बोल सकता हूँ कि वहाँ पे उनकी डायग्नोसिस भी अलग हो सकती है?
हिता हितम सुखम दुखम आयुस्तस्य हिता हितम मानम तच्च यत्रोक्तम आयुर्वेदः स उच्यते. So our body is also made up of
All
these
these
5
five.
elements. सही तो हम वो शक्तिमान देखते थे ना, छोटी छोटी मगर मोटी बातें. So very small things like to wash hands, to get up early, to meditate for some time, what to eat, like what to see, and how much to see. See, nowadays kids, they are overusing these computers or
Right,
tablets
right.
and mobiles. There are institutes who are training how to eat.
How to
you
eat.
know.
Right.
So there
How to
are
eat right.
How to eat right.
आपने जैसे अभी बोला ये चीज़ कि कुछ मेडिसिन आप देते हो, so are these standard medicines for standard diseases? स्वागत है आप सभी का वैदिक रूट्स पॉडकास्ट में, जहां पर आपको ऐसे डॉक्टर्स मिलेंगे जो जड़ से बीमारी को नेचुरली ठीक कर लेते हैं. लेकिन आप जज कैसे करोगे कि वो डॉक्टर सही है कि नहीं? उसके लिए आप सुनिए हमारे पॉडकास्ट को, जो कि आज हमारा डॉक्टर शुभांगी के साथ हुआ है. आई एम श्योर आयुर्वेदा के टुवर्ड्स आपकी अप्रोच पूरी बदल जाएगी. सो हेलो डॉक्टर शुभांगी, हाउ आर यू?
I'm good.
वेलकम टू द वैदिक रूट्स पॉडकास्ट.
Thank you.
हाउ आर यू फीलिंग?
I'm good. I'm feeling fine, and it's nice to see you all.
Same here.
Encouraging Ayurveda and homeopath at your
Right. On our
grounds.
website.
Yes.
Yeah, so overall, people know Ayurveda as a science. उनको पता है कि ये आज से नहीं 5000 साल से चल रही है. लेकिन धीरे धीरे उनका फेथ कहीं ना कहीं टूट रहा है, जिस वजह से लोग आज ना थोड़े से डबल माइंड हो जाते हैं इस थेरेपी को लेकर, जो एक प्रॉब्लम भी है. बिकॉज दे वांट टू फॉलो दिस रूट. उनको जानना है कि आयुर्वेदा में जाकर मुझे फायदा भी मिलेगा, लेकिन उनको डर भी लगता है. तो जिस वजह से कहीं ना कहीं ये सारी चीज़ों की ज़रूरत पड़ती है हमें. अगर हम आज उनको अवेयर कर देते हैं, आज हम बता पाते हैं उन्हें कि आयुर्वेदा कैसे काम कर रही है, तो वो ऑटोमेटिकली खुद ही कन्विंस होके शायद जाना प्रेफर करेगा.
Definitely.
एंड ऑल ऑफ देम आर फेड अप विद साइड इफेक्ट्स आल्सो. दैट इज अनदर वेरी बिग प्रॉब्लम.
That's a very big problem.
तो अच्छा, सो यू आर अ एमडी इन आयुर्वेदा. सो आप थोड़ा सा बताइए ना अबाउट व्यूअर्स वुड लाइक टू नो अबाउट योर बैकग्राउंड. थोड़ा सा बताइए ना कि व्हाट डू यू डू, आप कब आपने आयुर्वेदा शुरू करी, आपकी जर्नी थोड़ी सी बताइए ना.
So you have asked something very close to my heart, how I chose Ayurveda. So, like every student, after passing 12th, मैं भी engineering or as a doctor, I was seeing myself, and Ayurveda was nowhere in my mind.
Okay.
So जब हम एंट्रेंस एग्ज़ाम की तैयारी करते हैं, so वहाँ पे हमको यही बताया जाता है कि जो बच्चे पढ़ नहीं रहे होते हैं उनको बोलते हैं कि भाई ये जड़ी बूटी वाला डॉक्टर बनना है क्या.
अच्छा.
इस तरीके से बोलते हैं. सो आई हैड दैट सेम माइंड सेट, एंड आफ्टर passing my entrance, I had scored very well, and I was confused what to take. And then one fine day, one evening, I was just sitting, and my father, he just came with a bunch of papers in his hands. And I was like, ये क्या है? So he sat with me and he told me कि these are the statistics which are saying that the people are turning towards Ayurveda. So that was a new term, and he said that I want you to study Ayurveda. And I was like, what? So this was my first reaction after listening to his words. And he said, at that point of time, he knew that Ayurveda will be the future medicine. And he wanted me to be an Ayurveda physician. So after looking at the statistics and whatever he has searched, he had searched at that point of time, I said a yes. Keeping in view that yes, because see, all parents want their their child's future to be the best.
Right.
And thinking and जस्ट उनकी बात सुनकर मैंने उस वक्त हाँ बोल दिया बिना कुछ सोचे कि क्या होगा क्या नहीं होगा. But then see, now if you see the world, they are like open to Ayurveda.
Right.
They are looking at Ayurveda with so much of hope as an integrative medicine. Now the world integrative medicine is all about Ayurveda, yoga, and the conventional medicine.
Right.
And see, you see across the world, there are so many centers coming up. You see mindful training, like for eating, the eating principles of Ayurveda, there are training centers at different parts of the world. There is European Institute of Ayurveda in Germany. So Germany, in Europe, there are so many Ayurveda centers coming up. They are training, they're giving master's degree in Ayurveda. So they are training people what Ayurveda is, how to practice Ayurveda, what are the benefits of Ayurveda. And then in UK, US, like people are just going mad about herbs. They are taking herbs as adaptogens.
Right.
Right. So bringing balance, bringing wellness, bringing mindfulness in their life, they are choosing Ayurveda. So his words, my father's words, now I see that they are coming true. And being an Ayurveda physician, I see people now, the mindset has changed.
Yeah.
They know that yes, Ayurveda is not only for treatment of diseases, but we can approach an Ayurveda physician to be healthy.
Healthy.
Yes.
Wellness के लिए.
Yes.
Right, right. तो overall मतलब if I start with मतलब अगर हम आज इसको वापस से एक है तो ये 5000 साल पुरानी, लेकिन आज ना लोगों के मन से वो चला गया है कि हम आयुर्वेदा यूज करते हैं. तो पहले तो यही समझते हैं कि आयुर्वेदा क्या है, मतलब व्हाट इज आयुर्वेदा एंड व्हाट आर द प्रिंसिपल्स. आयुर्वेदा को जो लेकर बना है ना, एक जो फिलॉसफी है, व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इज दैट, वो थोड़ा सा बताएंगे.
See, Ayurveda is very vast and it cannot be summarized in a sentence or a paragraph.
Right.
But to say what our acharyas have given a definition for Ayurveda is, I would say, hita hitam sukham dukham ayus tasya hita hitam manam taccha yatroktam ayurvedah sa uchyate. So they have said that the science which teaches the benefits, the advantages, the disadvantages, and the happiness and the sorrowfulness, like about our body, and which brings harmony to the life, that is Ayurveda. Okay. So it's a life science.
It's a life science.
And it is based on the it is based on the principles of Panch Mahabhutas, you say.
Okay.
Which is see, Vayu, Agni, Akash, Jal, and Prithvi.
Okay.
So these are the Panch Mahabhutas. So every element on this earth, it is made up of Panch Mahabhutas.
Right.
Okay. So the air element, the water element, the earth element, the space. Okay. So these are the forces which make our body. So our body is also made up of these five elements. And Ayurveda is something which decodes, like it is a science which decodes the nature, the nature, the events which is happening on earth. Okay. So it is a science which is very much related to the environment, the natural aspects of life.
तो ये एक तरह से imbalance है इन्हीं 5 चीजों में से किसी एक का.
Yes. So the doshas, see, Ayurveda is based on the tridoshic theory. So it is Vata, Pitta and Kapha, which a common people also nowadays they know. That we have Vata, Pitta and Kapha, even though they don't know what are the functions of these, but they know these terms. And these Vata, Pitta and Kapha, they are not an element or something which you can look upon. These are the forces. These are the forces inside our body which are manifesting, which we can see as they function. Okay, so vata is the all the movements which we do.
Okay.
It helps in the movement of like whatever is moving, the blood is moving. Okay,
Right.
our hands are moving,
ठीक है.
our eyelids are moving.
Exactly.
So our brain in a way it's moving, like it's thinking. So all that neurological aspects and the movement aspects, it is under the vata force.
Okay.
Okay, pitta is responsible for the digestion, mainly for the digestion, and
Okay.
every cell has its own digestive capability. See,
Okay.
there is transformation at every cell. So there is building and then breaking. So the anabolic and catabolic activity that
right.
is taking place, that is because of the pitta. The fire which is there in the body, that is pitta.
Okay.
Okay.
Digestive fire.
Yes, the digestive fire, and even the cell, how they are transforming, how the plasma is transforming into blood, how the food is transforming into blood or the muscles or the bones, how it is getting transformed.
Right.
So that is because of the pitta element, the fire element. Okay. And to understand kapha, it is the strength of the body, you can say. Okay, the fluids in the body. So it is not only water, but like synovial fluid or the fluid in our ear. Okay, the fluid in the brain. So fluid in the eye. So everything, every fluid in the body which is giving strength. Okay, synovial fluid, it gives strength to our joints.
Okay.
Okay, so the fluid which is giving strength to our joints or to the system, to overall human body system to function, that is kapha. So the strength of the body lies upon kapha dosha. So these three elements you cannot see, but they are functioning. So they are the forces, and they are made up of again the Panch Mahabhutas. So basically the three elements, the seven dhatus in the sense the tissues which we have, rasa, rakta, mamsa, meda, asthi, majja, shukra.
Okay.
So all these seven dhatus, they are also made up of these five elements. Okay? And then the three malas. Three malas are swed, mool, like mutra and purish. That is the feces, urine and the sweat. These are the three waste materials which our body like tries to expel out.
Right.
Okay. So they are also formed from the tissues, the transformation. When the transformation of these plasma to blood to bones to muscles, when this happens, during this point of like this transformation, only these waste products, yes, they are excreted out.
Okay.
And they are very essential for the body to excrete.
Okay.
Okay.
So अगर एक दोष कोई खराब होता है तो उससे किसी के एक्सक्रीशन में प्रॉब्लम आ सकती है.
बिल्कुल.
तो वो कोई स्पेसिफिक दोष होते हैं, मतलब कि अगर वात का दोष हुआ उससे तो वो एक्सक्रीशन में प्रॉब्लम होगी, या फिर पित्त का दोष हुआ तो पेट की प्रॉब्लम, या जैसे आपने बताया कि मैं इसलिए पेट से रिलेट कर रहा हूँ.
राइट. So basically whenever a patient comes, we assess mainly the agni, that is the digestive fire, which is again stimulated by both vata and kapha. Okay. So see, in Ayurveda, the upper part is mainly dominated by the kapha dosha.
Kapha dosh, lungs.
Yeah, and the lungs,
the sinuses part.
Yes, all your brain, and then definitely the sinuses, everything. The upper part is predominated by the kapha dosha. So I'm not saying that there is no vata or pitta, but it is dominated by kapha in the upper part of the body. And the middle part of the body, human body, is dominated by pitta. Yes. And then the lower part, below navel, that is dominated by vata. So whenever there is difficulty in passing motion, definitely there will be involvement of vata dosha. Associated with any of the other doshas also, which we assess by questioning. But definitely the major dosha which will be involved is vata. So whenever a patient comes with constipation, like say, or diarrhea, so there is vata imbalance.
Vata imbalance.
Yes.
So it's not pitta.
See, so when there is constipation and there is vata domination, when there is diarrhea, I would say that there can be only vata, or it can be associated with pitta also. Okay. So we we assess the Agni and the Koshta. That is how the digestion is, and also the body constitution at that point of time.
Okay.
To assess the Vikriti, that is which dosha is in normalcy, what is his body constitution, and when he is approaching with a disease. So whenever a person comes with a complaint, he is in Vikrita Avastha, that is the doshas are in imbalanced state.
Okay.
Okay, so we assess the imbalanced dosha, and based on which we treat. So majorly, whenever there is diarrhea or constipation, there is involvement of vata, and we try to control vata first,
Okay.
and then the associated
Okay.
dosha.
All right. इसमें मेरे दो सवाल हैं.
Yes.
सबसे पहला तो जो आपने बताया कि एक पॉइंट पर किसी को वात या दोष है, तो वो दोष थोड़े टाइम में बदल भी जाता है. एज एन ऐसा होता है कि आज वो वात डोमिनेंट दोष है उसका, आने वाले 2 हफ्ते 1 महीने बाद वो अब पित्त डोमिनेंट हो गया है. ऐसा कुछ होता है, या फिर वो हमेशा ही वात, उसकी पर्सनैलिटी ही ऐसी है कि वो वात दोष का ही डोमिनेंट रहेगा.
Nice. So yes, this remains a question in many patients who come. They have this perception कि मेरा body constitution जो प्रकृति है, whether it remains constant. Yes, prakriti do remain constant.
Okay.
Okay. Whatever your body type is, it will never change.
Okay.
Okay. It can be influenced by the environment or the disease pathogenesis. It can get influenced, but it remains the same at this like bottom line.
All right.
The prakriti remains the same. Only thing is, due to the environmental factors or the triggering factors, your Vikriti, that is the doshas, this is a little complicated to understand.
Right.
But in a simple way, I would say that on a daily basis also, doshas change.
All right.
Early part of the morning, there is more of vata.
Okay.
The environment is full of vata.
Okay.
And then the midday, it is more of pitta. And then when the day settles down, it is more of kapha. So in a day also, the dosha dominance, it changes, it varies. But that doesn't mean that your body type will change according to that.
Right.
Okay. So on day-to-day basis, even with seasons,
it changes.
It changes. So the seasonal parameters, as the season changes, that's why human body is so cordial with the environmental functions that there is a harmony between environment and human function. Okay. And body goes along with that. And when there is some disruption, कुछ अगर obstruction आ जाता है in between environment, when you are not in synchronization with that of the environment, definitely you are going to get sick.
Got it.
So there are 6 ritus, and as per every ritu, there are ups and downs in the doshas. So see, when there is winter, there is more of there is accumulation of kapha. Okay, so there is accumulation of kapha, and then when Vasant Ritu comes, so Hemant and Shishir, and then Vasant comes. So when the sun is at its peak, after winters, when there is bloom and there is more of sun, so the accumulated kapha, it starts to melt. Okay, so there is more of kapha. That is why Vasant is dominated with kapha dosha. Okay, so in your body there is more of kapha, and that's why in Ayurveda we say that in Vasant you should go for vomiting detox. Okay, so because kapha is located in the upper part of the body, so to expel it out, whatever is excess in the body, so you should do vomiting. Okay. So see, Ayurveda says for kapha there to expel out, we have vamana, that is vomiting procedure. Okay, and to pitta, to expel out, so they choose whichever way it is nearest to the dosha. Location of the dosha. So kapha is located on the upper part of the body, so they chose vamanam, okay, for expelling kapha. Whereas pitta and vata, they are like pitta is in the middle, so it is always easy because the movement of air is from up to down.
Up to down.
Okay, so it is always easy for something to expel down.
Down.
So they chose Virechanam, that is laxative
Okay.
therapy for expelling out Pitta.
अच्छा.
And then Vata, to balance Vata, they chose Basti, that is enema therapy.
Okay.
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 So that is again through anal route, giving some medications or in the form of decoction through Basti, that is enema, or oil enemas.
Okay.
To control Vata,
All right.
to make it like in a balanced state.
Okay.
Okay.
तो इससे वो बैलेंस में आ जाते हैं
Yes.
एंड एक पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम के बाद वो डिजीज चली जाती है.
Yes.
अगर हम उस डिजीज को लेकर बात करें तो
See, अगर हम किसी की डिसीज को ठीक करना चाहते हैं, there are always two options: to go for samchamanam, that is treatment with only medicines,
Okay.
and to go for samshodhanam. So samshodhanam is like indicated only when there is severity.
ओके.
Okay, so these panchkarma procedures, that is vamanam, virechanam, and basti, they are indicated when there is excess of doshas.
Okay.
But when you see that a patient with preliminary dosha state, you can control it by only giving medicines.
Okay.
Okay, and
All
a
right.
good lifestyle. So by assessing the dosha, whichever is there, based on which you can guide a person कि आप ये चीज ना लें और ये चीज लें based on the doshas with some internal medicines.
ओके. उससे वो नॉर्मल होके फिर यू नो
Yes.
यू कैन लीड अ हेल्दी लाइफ.
Yes.
इसमें एक सबसे बड़ा जो मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है कि एक इंसान का, जैसे अगर मैं हूँ यहाँ पे अभी, तो एट एनी पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम मेरा कोई ना कोई दोष खराब होगा. किसी ना कोई डोमिनेंट, आप बोल रहे हो जैसे कि कोई ना कोई डोमिनेंट वो है. सो एम आई अ कफ डोमिनेंट पर्सन एंड आई विल स्टे फॉर दैट, या फिर वो इम्बैलेंस के टाइम पे पता चलता है कि ये कफ डोमिनेंट है आज, वरना ये जनरली इसके तीनों दोष अपनी जगह सिंक्ड हैं.
See, for this, it's very simple.
हाँ.
What the aim of Ayurveda is,
हाँ.
स्वस्थस्य स्वास्थ्य रक्षणम,
ओके.
आतुरस्य विकार प्रशमनम. So स्वस्थस्य स्वास्थ्य रक्षणम means जो किसी की जो भी स्वास्थ्य है, when a person is in a healthy state, to maintain that health, that is the first aim. Okay, so that is what is wellness. What people are like searching for nowadays, wellness. Okay, to be fit.
राइट.
Okay, so every person has their own body constitution which is dominated by a dosha.
राइट.
So to be fit, they should know what they should do and what they should not.
Got it.
Okay.
Got it.
So as per your dosha, if you have kapha dominance, let's
Alright.
for example,
Yeah,
if you have kapha dominance, then what are the things?
प्रिवेंटिव लाइफस्टाइल में आप
Yes,
क्या क्या चीजें ले
yes.
सकते हो जो कि
So
वो
you
उसको.
can maintain that
ओके.
your prakriti as prakriti itself.
ओके.
Okay.
ओके.
And when you are taking something which is going, because see, if you have kapha dominance and if you are indulging into more of fat, okay, more inactivity, kapha people, they are usually like bulky. They have more of water and earth element.
ओके.
Okay, so they are bulky and they don't like, I would say they are slow and bulky. Okay, so their tendency is towards inactivity.
ओके.
So for kapha people, it is always required to get up early and do some exercise.
ओके.
If a vata person who is very thin and very light, okay, so even if he doesn't do anything after getting up in the morning, it's fine, because he doesn't have that this earth element. He has fire and air and space element. Okay, so उनको उतना एक्सरसाइज करने की जरूरत नहीं है. Whereas a kapha person, if he is getting up in the morning, it is mandatory, like
कि
it
उसको
is
करना
always
जरूरी है.
recommended कि उनको एक्सरसाइज करें. अगर वो एक्सरसाइज नहीं करेंगे and they are like keep on eating or keep on sleeping and then not doing anything, definitely that kapha which is there in a balanced state, that is going to get
imbalance.
at its peak and then leading to disorders like whatever we say, obesity or diabetes, so cholesterol, fat accumulation.
Right,
Okay.
right, right.
So definitely same is with pitta. So pitta people are usually, they have tendency for all metabolic disorders with more of like gastric related disorders. So because their fire element is so high, and if they don't take care, if they keep on taking spicy food, keep on taking food which has hot potency, and like more of stress, anxiety, okay, and indulging in things which imbalance their
Right.
pitta, definitely they are going to get pitta disorders. Vata people, they are like very fast. They do everything very fast, and they are very light. Okay. So if they don't take care of their vata, okay, so they are very prone for getting neurological disorders.
Okay.
Like insomnia, like anxiety.
Depression.
Yeah, so they are like very prone. So whenever person comes with insomnia, majorly they have dominated dosha as vata, or their body type is vata. They have much of anxiety.
Sure.
So based on these doshas only, so as a preventive lifestyle, okay, so if you want to balance if you want to make your doshas in a balanced state and in a healthy state, you should approach an Ayurveda physician to get do's and don'ts for yourself.
For yourself.
So that is wellness, okay. And when you end up at some disease point of time, like there is a disease, then definitely there is treatment for that. But then Ayurveda focuses upon prevention first.
Got it.
So the main aim of Ayurveda is
Prevention.
to prevent, and then when a person is diseased, to treat the disease.
ये बहुत ही ओवरऑल आई मीन ये वैसे ही है जैसे एक उसमें जैसे मॉडर्न साइंस और यू कैन से एलोपैथिक डॉक्टर्स ने इसको डिस्क्राइब कर रखा है एज एक्टोमॉर्फ, एंडोमॉर्फ और मेसोमॉर्फ.
Yes, definitely.
सो 3 बॉडी टाइप्स.
Yeah.
तो वो बिल्कुल सेम उसी कॉन्सेप्ट पे चलते हैं.
Right, you're right.
इफ अ पर्सन इज एन एक्टोमॉर्फ तो उसका एक दोष डोमिनेंट होगा.
Yes.
ओके तो वो हर किसी में इफ समवन इज एन एक्टो एंडोमॉर्फ तो वो वही बात और पित्त का आप ऐसे ही एक कॉम्बिनेशन हमने बना लिया
Right, you're
कि
right.
इसके लिए चीजें हो सकती हैं. अब दिस इज अ ट्रायंगल.
Yes.
तो अगर एक खराब होता है तो बाकी दो भी खराब हो जाते हैं.
Definitely. See, and it is majorly the vata dosha if it gets imbalanced.
हाँ.
So in our body, wherever they are located, okay, the doshas wherever they are located, it is only vata which is able to move.
राइट.
So it is said that
Air.
pittam pangu, kafam pangu. Pangu means which cannot move. So pitta is something which cannot move.
Exactly.
It is located at its own place.
Right.
And kapha is something which cannot move. It is located at its own place. Only the element or the force which can move is vata. So when vata gets imbalanced,
Okay.
so that hampers or obstructs or
बाकी दोष.
yeah, the functioning of other two doshas
Okay.
as well.
तो जैसे कोल्ड कफ होता है, नाक बहरी होती है, तो वो बात के जरिए आप बोल रहे हो हमारा फ्लेम
So there
वगैरह बाहर
is
निकलता है.
association of vata, definitely.
Okay.
But then we have to see which other dosha is involved. And majorly we treat first the other dosha, the dosha which is located at that place.
अच्छा.
And then we treat the dosha which has come to that place.
ओके. एंड व्हेन वी से ट्रीट तो इसका मतलब है कि हम कुछ हर्ब्स वगैरह के जरिए करते हैं ये चीज.
Yes.
या हाउ डू वी डू दिस?
Yes. So there are single herb preparation,
ओके.
polyherbal preparations, and herbo-mineral preparations as well
ओके.
in Ayurveda. And with certain like guidance for the diet, do's and don'ts, we treat a patient.
ओके. एंड हाउ लॉन्ग इज द कोर्स जनरली? मतलब कितने टाइम में आज एक पेशेंट आता है तो उसके बाद आपने उसको डायग्नोज किया कि दैट पर्सन इज अ वात डोमिनेंट
So
पर्सन.
Shubham, I would say that there is a misconception amongst people that Ayurveda is slow.
ओके.
Okay, they come and they say कि हाँ आयुर्वेदा तो टाइम लेगा ना,
हाँ.
इसमें तो टाइम लगेगा ठीक होने में. बट ऐसा नहीं है. Even if a person comes with fever, okay, and I give a medicine. So I would say I will tell you that I got COVID, and then I did not take any allopathic medicine, and I was only on Ayurvedic medicines, and it was treated well. Okay, there were no complications, nothing. So a simple viral fever, that was COVID, but I would say that a simple viral fever, if you have, and if you take medicine, Ayurveda medicine, just like say there is Vetumaran, okay, a classical medicine, or Sudarshan Vati, okay, based on the doshas, definitely, but then just to be generalized, I'm saying that only these two medicines if you take, and with some diet precautions, that fever will go. Okay, that fever will go. The next, I say you take these medicines for 3 days. Okay, and within 3 days they say, my patients, they say that I don't have fever. And definitely cold and cough, say it takes time, up to maybe it may resolve in 3 days or 5 days or 7 days,
right,
based on the immunity of the person also. But then Ayurveda medicines, with Ayurveda medicines also, it can be managed.
okay.
My like मेरा जो एक लोगों को बताने का एक जरिया ये रहेगा कि आपको एक सिंपल कोल्ड एंड कफ के लिए कोई एंटीबायोटिक लेने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. With simple herbal preparations also, you can manage your cold and cough. Until and unless it is giving you some big trouble or something big has happened, then definitely you should go for antibiotics. I'm not saying a no, but for simple viral cough and cold, you should choose Ayurveda.
And in fact वो आपकी immunity को भी normalize करेगा कहीं ना कहीं, और antibiotics के side effects को भी नहीं आने देगा.
See, post-viral bronchitis, it is very common. After you get a fever, viral fever, you have some irritation in your throat, dryness in your throat, and then there is mild coughing, which we diagnose as post-viral bronchitis. Okay. So we have very good medicines to treat that. So post-viral bronchitis, one of the best medicine I would say is Agastya Rasayanam. Okay. So if you take that, helps in bringing your immunity back. After a fever, your body is so weak. Okay, so to bring back your immunity and your health, that Rasayanam, it works like amazingly. So these small things, if you can consider in your daily life, so this can avoid avoid hampering your gut microbiome. See, antibiotics, what they do is they
kill the microbiome.
They kill the microbiome, which is very evident with the researches also nowadays. So to protect it, okay, so you can choose always the herbs first, and then when it is something which is not going to be controlled, definitely your physician, I definitely will say कि हाँ, now it is time for you, or first you take some conventional medicine, and then when this is settled, you can come to me to get back your health.
All right. तो ये आपने जैसे अभी बोला ये चीज कि कुछ मेडिसिन आप देते हो, so are these standard medicines for standard diseases? जैसे कि अच्छा फीवर है तो इसके लिए हम यही दवाइयाँ देंगे?
नहीं, ऐसा नहीं होता है. See, in Ayurveda, there are common medicines, but then in Ayurveda, it is always the component, the herbs which are there in the medicine. Okay?
Right.
So that's why I said, like when we were talking, I mentioned to you that even if the prescription may differ, doctor-wise,
right,
but the diagnosis is always the same.
Okay.
Wherever you go, okay, based on doshas. An Ayurveda doctor will diagnose you based on doshas. The diagnosis of the doshas will be the same, but the medicine may differ. Because, see, one medicine has multiple roles.
Right.
Okay, so one doctor, if he has seen a patient recovering with a particular medicine, that medicine is for, say, let's say that medicine is for cough and cold.
Okay.
But sometimes these medicines, because of the ingredients, the composition, they act on regulating vata.
Okay.
See, cough is what? There is upward movement of air. Okay.
Okay.
So to bring back down, that medicine is for, and that is indicated for cough.
Okay.
That is kasa.
Right.
Okay. But then when somebody has constipation, constipation is also, there is like disbalance in the air element.
Okay.
So to control that air element, a doctor may use that same medicine which is indicated in kasa, and that gives the same, like a very good result in vata imbalance. So we basically, as per the principles of Ayurveda, we basically treat a person based on doshas.
Okay.
The indications can be, and see, a single medicine, if you see the Falashruti, which we say the indications of a particular medicine, there are many. Like the same medicine is indicated in insomnia, is indicated in liver disorders, and is indicated in, because of the composition. It's so mainly majority of the compositions in Ayurveda, they are polyherbal. So there are many medicines in one formulation.
All right.
Okay, many herbs in one formulation.
And then वही चीज हम जब दूसरी चीजों में भी रिपीट करते हैं, उससे अगर रिजल्ट्स मिल रहे हैं, then why not? उसको क्यों नहीं ले सकते?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Overall ये आपने एक बड़ा अच्छा पॉइंट बोला अभी कि if you go to a second आयुर्वेदिक डॉक्टर, तो वहाँ पर वो आपको दूसरी मेडिसिन दे सकते हैं. तो क्या मैं ये बोल सकता हूँ कि वहाँ पे उनकी डायग्नोसिस भी अलग हो सकती है? मतलब फॉर एग्जांपल आपने उसे वात डोमिनेंट डायग्नोस किया, वहाँ पे उस डॉक्टर ने उसे पित्त डोमिनेंट डायग्नोस किया, एंड पित्त के हिसाब से उन्हें मेडिसिन दी. एक जनरल एग्जांपल एज अ लेमैन, तो क्या ऐसी भी चीजें होती हैं, या ऐसी चीजें पॉसिबल होती हैं, या फिर इट इज द सेम फॉर लर्नेड आयुर्वेदिक डॉक्टर वुड all the docters would diagnose the same thing?
See, a very good question. So, what you like used a very right term, learned Ayurveda doctor. So definitely, a learned Ayurveda doctor, the patient will be diagnosed with the same dominant dosha. Okay. And to clarify this, see, when I was working in AIIMS, the faculty there, they also, we were having some discussion regarding the body constitution. The like how to make like कैसे हम ये बता सकते हैं कि किसी का body constitution ये है, उस पर discussion चल रहा था. That discussion was going on, and there are many questionnaires. See, I will come to your question with this. Okay. So there are many questionnaires to diagnose a person's body type. Okay. And this was the faculty was surprised कि कैसे हम ये बोल सकते हैं, because most of the questions are subjective. Okay. And there are objective parameters also to assess a person's body type. So a person's body constitution is assessed based on the anatomical features, the psychological features, and then the physiological features. Okay, the agni, and then the digestive capacity. So majority is what the patient is saying, based on which we assess which dosha is dominant. And there were no research articles which said that when 3 doctors are seeing a same healthy person, what will be, whether they will diagnose the same body constitution, or the 3 of them will have different doshas. Like altogether. So we planned a study. Just to clarify and to document this, we planned a study in which 200 participants, healthy participants we took, and the 3 Ayurveda doctors, in which one was, myself, I was sitting. So we were supposed to sit in 3 different rooms with our own, we developed a questionnaire of our own, like clinician based questionnaire. So see, the questionnaires which are there, like softwares which are there, they are algorithm based. So we have to just tick, and then the algorithm will judge and give a result. But when a patient comes to a clinic, we see and we assess the Prakriti, based on which the same principle we made a questionnaire of our own for the
Okay.
clinicians. Okay. And then we three of us, we were sitting, and the same participant was sent to all of us, all of the three doctors. And out of those 200, 80%,
Okay.
80% the outcome was the same for all the three.
All
The
right.
diagnosis was same. And the rest of the 20%, it was like the dominating dosha was same, okay, diagnosed same, and then the associated dosha was different.
Okay.
So
All right.
this gave a significant result, and we have published it also
Okay.
in a journal. So coming back to your question,
Yeah.
if a doctor is learned, Ayurveda doctor, then definitely the diagnosis will be the same on the doshic aspect. Okay. And the treatment may differ as per
Right,
his or
right,
her
right.
experience, but the diagnosis remains the same based on dosha.
Got it, got it. एंड ये सारी चीज़ें एक डॉक्टर से दूसरे डॉक्टर में जब वेरी करती है तो उनकी मेडिसिन मेनली पित्त, अगर आप दोनों ने पित्त डोमिनेंट करा है तो पित्त डोमिनेंट की ही पहले वो दी जाएगी
Yes,
आपको.
yes. So there are many medicines for pitta, to control pitta. Okay, there are many medicines. So he may choose some other medicine, I may choose some other medicine,
right.
but the principle is same.
Right, 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 right. Got it, got it. And overall, do you consider other blood works also? जो
Yes.
कि बाकी जैसे CBC, complete blood count या बाकी सारे जो टेस्ट होते हैं उन सबके साथ आप एक प्रॉपर एक डायग्नोसिस करते हैं. एंड डायग्नोसिस व्हेन आई से यू एसेस वात पित्त कफ यूजिंग वो नादी विद्या
So
वैसे रहता है.
there are methods to assess a person. So nadi is one amongst those 8 methods. So we assess the agni.
Okay.
So that is the main thing. We assess the doshas. We assess the like mala. Okay.
Mal.
We ask about the feces, whether it is floating or it is sinking, based on which
Okay.
we assess whether there are toxins or the digestion is proper or not.
Okay.
So there are many methods to examine, and nadi is only one amongst those. And nadi comes with experience.
Okay.
Okay. So there are nadi vaidyas, which are very few in number, and who just see the nadi and they can predict the past and the present and the future. Yes.
अच्छा.
So there are vaidyas like that, but then it comes with experience. So it's a siddhi. Okay. And it is just a part of examination. So mainly what I practice is I diagnose based on the symptoms and its relation with the doshas.
Okay.
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 So my assessment is always on doshas.
Okay.
Which dosha is imbalanced, and I always try to balance that dosha. So the treatment is always about balancing the doshas in Ayurveda. So my assessment is always, yes, I do recommend X-rays or blood investigations. Definitely, if a person has come saying I have hypertension,
Right.
so I always ask to monitor and come up with a BP charting.
Okay.
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 Just to see what is his BP. And yes, these are important also. Why? Because to show that with our medicines there is improvement. The levels are changing. Because if we don't do this, how can we document?
Right, right,
So
right.
to document the improvement, we need investigations.
Right.
So I do prefer these modern investigations, and when we have
So why shouldn't
such
we use it?
advancement, why should we not use?
Exactly.
So it is always good to use the technology.
तो अभी ऐसी टेक्नोलॉजी तो आई थिंक एग्जिस्ट नहीं करती, राइट, जो कि जो आपको बता पाए कि ये वात डोमिनेंट है या पित्त डोमिनेंट है. वो आई थिंक किसी एक्सपर्ट के जरिए ही पता कर सकते हो आप.
See, it is always a physician who can, with the symptoms, they can define what dosha is dominated. And nowadays there are these nadi, tarangini, such instruments are coming.
Right. I saw that.
Yeah, so they people are working on AI and all. So they are making such instruments but I have never used. And they say that they have published some papers also, but I have not gone through those papers, and I don't use also. I do see, I'm learning and I'm experiencing. With my experience, I am able to assess some part of Nadi, but I cannot say I'm a Nadi Vaidya.
राइट 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 एंड ये सब जो आप रिसर्चेस जितनी भी होती हैं, सो जस्ट लाइक वी हैव पबमेड, एक पूरा जर्नल, वैसे हमारा आयुर्वेदा में भी एक पूरा जर्नल है.
See, PubMed is something which is covering many journals.
एग्जैक्टली,
Okay, so
इट्स एन एग्रीगेटर पूरा.
yes, PubMed, LGV,
राइट राइट राइट.
LG. So it contains many journals. So if you're talking about journals, I would say that now, like almost all of the international journals, okay, let's say phytotherapy. I have publications in phytotherapy research, which is having a very good impact factor.
All right.
Okay, so like PLOS One. Okay, this is another journal. Then Frontiers,
Science,
Frontiers
Nature,
in
Science,
Pharmacology,
yeah.
Nature, see Neurology. We have papers published in
Okay.
such like eminent and renowned journals across the world, and journals are accepting Ayurveda
All right. All right.
research and clinical trials if they are designed in a like if they are very well designed. So they see the design, they have certain parameters. Okay, so in India, many of the research institutes, particularly in Ayurveda, they are actually lacking a good research design. And we at AIIMS, we have a department where I was working, the Center for Integrative Medicine.
Right, right, right.
There, see, the our Prime Minister, he quoted our department.
Sure.
And he quoted the researches done by our department.
Okay.
Okay, so like इतने अच्छे journals में हमारे papers publish हुए हैं that he mentioned about those research articles. And now if your research is good, okay, don't go for the outcomes.
Right,
if it
right,
is
right.
negative or positive. See, research is all about the outcome.
Yeah.
Even if it is negative, there is no effect. That is also
A research that will help.
that will help, definitely. And our research with Ayurveda and yoga at that center, they are published in a very, very good journals. In diseases like migraine, in diseases like ulcerative colitis, depression, and then it was one paper was in amongst the COVID-19 population. Okay, and then myself, I published one paper regarding adaptogens. Okay, in Ayurveda, how they support the mental resilience.
Okay.
And I wrote regarding Ashwagandha, Shatavari, and Tulsi.
Okay.
How they can help you bring back the balance, and especially the mental resilience, the mental capability. So because nowadays the main point is all about stress, anxiety.
Right.
So everything, it is like around these two words, stress. I have so much of stress, I have so much of anxiety.
Exactly.
So many of the autoimmune disorders, they are because of this stress. If you go to a conventional medicine doctor, they say it is because of your stress. In diabetes, the sugar is peaking high because you have stress. You have complications of diabetes because you have stress. Okay, you have hypertension because you have stress. You are not able to sleep well because you have stress or anxiety. So earlier people were not acknowledging about their mental health.
Right.
But now,
अब तो खुल के सारे
yes,
लोग,
now
people are coming
are
forward.
open about their mental health, and they want to have a balance with work and life routine.
Exactly.
And that's why they are moving towards yoga, mindfulness, and towards gym. Okay, so they are gymming too much. Okay, so this wellness concept has come from
Exactly.
this fast,
फेज लाइफस्टाइल
yes,
बिल्कुल.
fast-paced lifestyle.
तो ओवरऑल ये सब अभी हाउ डज इट हेल्प एज इन एक पेशेंट अगर कोई आता है तो फॉर एग्जांपल लेट्स टेक अ केस अगर किसी को अर्थराइटिस है तो हाउ डू यू वर्क एज अ डॉक्टर इन ट्रीटिंग दैट अर्थराइटिस यू टेक अ डायग्नोसिस आई थिंक एंड देन आप कैसे कैसे व्हाट आर द सीरीज ऑफ स्टेप्स इन दिस.
So I asked, see, if a patient comes, पहले बात तो आजकल पेशेंट खुद ही बोल देते हैं मुझे ना ये
वो
प्रॉब्लम
तो
है.
गूगल है रहा.
हाँ, but again, many of the times when a patient comes to an Ayurveda doctor, they have seen some other doctors. Okay.
So then they come after.
Yes, many of the times. Okay. And they have file and they have papers already diagnosed.
Right.
But then I have my own way. I
Okay.
ask them and then I examine the joint. Let's say for arthritis, I examine whether there is swelling, there is tenderness, and like there is temperature. Okay. And based on which I assess the dosha at the
Okay.
level of joint. Then I assess the gut, okay, the digestion, and in a comprehensive way, I prescribe medicine to balance the doshas. So if there is swelling, I would recommend in arthritis if there is swelling first. So I will reduce the swelling first and then the pain.
Okay.
Okay, so this is according to the principles of Ayurveda. I treat majorly. It is always, as I mentioned earlier, it is all my approach is always towards diagnosing the doshas,
Right.
not the disease. So in Ayurveda, it is said that even if a doctor doesn't know the name of the disease, but he or she should be able to diagnose a case with the doshas. So if you are able to balance the doshas, definitely the
Okay.
patient will become fine. So see, COVID-19, nobody knew that it was not there in the books.
Right.
Okay, and it came off like suddenly.
बिल्कुल.
It was new. But then we were not treating as per COVID-19. In COVID-19 also, like we were able to see differences in patients. Okay, some had more of dry cough, some had wet cough, some had very mild fever with more of cold and cough, some had very high fever with no cold and cough. So there were different patterns, and we were like, I just assessed the doshas. Okay, at that point of time also, it was only the doshas which I assessed, and based on which I chose whether to give medicine to calm down pitta or to balance vata.
Okay.
Okay. So
तो कोविड में भी रिस्पॉन्स अच्छा था अगर एज अ फर्स्ट लाइन ऑफ ट्रीटमेंट फॉर आयुर्वेदा.
yes, so see, there are papers published. It is not my world. It is published and documented that many hospitals across India, Ayurveda hospitals, they were giving Ayurveda medicines with Ayurveda diet to the patients admitted with COVID-19.
Okay.
And they were recovered well. There were no complications or no deaths reported, and this was in the newspaper as well, and it was published also.
Okay.
So yes, definitely. See, in severe cases, definitely, as I mentioned earlier, Ayurveda is always in mild to moderate
Right.
conditions. Okay, if there is some severity, you should control it first, and then you can come back to Ayurveda. So in severe COVID-19 cases, again, definitely tertiary care hospitals you should approach, and patients, I also was advising them to go to some tertiary care hospital where more of facilities were available, and you should go for antibiotics and whatever standard line of treatment was, that guidelines you should follow. And then when you are okay, then you can come back to me, just to be balanced and to keep your health in position. Mild to moderate cases, yes, we were able to manage with first line of Ayurveda treatment.
Got it. And इसमें do you work on the surgery part as well या फिर वो surgery part उनके पास ही है अभी?
Majority is like I don't intervene, and I don't especially practice surgery.
Okay.
See, my specialization in pediatrics.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And surgery, yes, Ayurveda has a separate branch called Shalyam.
Okay.
So Shalya is regarding surgery in Ayurveda,
Alright.
and majority of the procedures, they are anorectal surgeries. Okay.
Alright.
So Ayurveda is best in treating piles, fistula, and fissures. Okay. So even at AIMS, you know, they are treating patients with piles and fistula with Ayurveda surgery.
Okay.
You know, so there also they are recommending Shara Sutra procedure. They are
So
doing Shara Sutra.
Ayurvedic surgery is different than normal surgery?
Yeah, so see, for fistula, they do fistulectomy. That is, fistula is a tract with like infection in your anus, and then they take out that part only. Fistulectomy is taking out that part only.
Alright.
But Ayurveda is not such. In Ayurveda, there is Shara Sutra.
Okay.
So a thread with some medicine, which is like the thread is covered with that medicine, and so it becomes a Shara Sutra, that is medicine which is alkaline in nature.
Okay.
Okay, and that is inserted, and that cuts slowly and gradually. So that the part it cuts, the behind the part which is behind, it starts healing at that point of time. So it is a very slow process, but it is free of complications, and then it is very comfortable for the patient also, because he can attend the office with that. Yeah. So fistulectomy, there are many complications and very very discomforting procedure.
तो
Whereas
ये एक थोड़ा सा easy way, you can say easy way of surgery also, you're getting rid of the pain, और साथ साथ आपका वो चीज़ भी improve हो रही है, heal भी हो रही है, तो वो दोनों तरीके से एक उसके लिए काफ़ी beneficial है patient के लिए.
definitely.
All right. And so ये करने के बाद भी they can lead a normal healthy life, है ना, वो सारी चीज़ें वैसे हो सकती हैं.
Yes.
इसमें मुझे एक चीज़ थोड़ा सा हमेशा कंफ्यूजन रहता है कि so turmeric हल्दी is an Ayurvedic herb, but doctors अगर देते हैं तो they might give nutraceuticals such as curcumin, जिसकी ज़्यादा potency देखी गई है. Similarly ashwagandha with ferine and different other garlic, allicin, वो सारी चीज़ें चलती हैं. So do we also in a way do we just work on herbs जो पूरी whole herbs ही रहती हैं, या फिर we also give extracts of that herbs, ऐसा कभी रहता है?
See, in Ayurveda, if we see classically, there is no mention like curcumin as an extract. No, as per Ayurveda, it is not recommended.
Okay.
But nowadays, as pharmaceuticals, they are manufacturing curcumin, and people are also taking. So, see, if you get ashwagandha, so that is the root. Okay, of ashwagandha, and majorly it is the whole root which is used. So I personally give like turmeric as whole turmeric.
As whole turmeric.
Okay, and ashwagandha as whatever the used part of the plant is.
All right.
Okay, so every plant they have mentioned the part to be used.
Okay.
A certain plant like shatavari, so the roots are used in shatavari. Okay. Patol is parval. So all the 5 parts, that is the leaf, the fruit, the roots, the stem, everything is useful. Okay. So neem, the leaves are the most useful part. Okay. So every plant like amla. Okay. So it is the fruit.
All right.
It is the useful part, is the fruit. So they have mentioned for every herb what is the useful part and which has more of medicinal property.
Okay.
And that part only they have used in the polyherbal formulations. It is not that muletti is the licorice is the stem of the plant. Okay.
Right.
So it is not that in formulations you will get the root of licorice.
Great. Yeah.
So it is only the useful part which is, and about extracts, it is the pharmaceuticals which are coming up nowadays, pharmacies which are making the extracts of these herbs. But then as per Ayurveda, it is always the part which is used in a whole way.
Right. And उसी से ही हम आगे benefits, we assess the
That's why
benefits.
it is always recommended in Ayurveda. The dose of medicine is high because it is the whole part. We are not using the extract.
Okay.
Okay, so curcumin, if you are taking it, they will be recommending you only 2 mg or 5 mg or 10 mg. It will, but when we give, it is always 250 mg tablet. Okay, because it is not the extract.
तो उससे we वही जो ज़्यादा potent medicine हो गई वो एक तरह से.
Yes, and that has its own effect. That has its own effect. The effect of extract and the effect of whole part of a plant, if we give, that is completely different. So when we use spices in our food, okay, and when we use these methi ki sabji or palak ki sabji, we are using the whole part of the plant and we are eating in bulk. Whereas if we want to take just the extract, it will be a spoonful and it is gone. But then the fibers, okay, you will not get a fiber content in an extract.
Right.
So that has its own effect.
So overall, whole herb, whole fruit is more, beneficial in a way.
Yes.
As compared to अगर हम सिर्फ उसका extract लें, जो कि short term में शायद benefit करेगा, लेकिन long run में शायद वो आपको कुछ side effects दे सके.
Yes. If you are taking in a wrong dose, definitely.
If you are taking in a wrong dose. And ये Ayurveda, how does it, is it good in acute conditions or is it also beneficial in chronic conditions like BP, diabetes, cancer? तो ये सब में as a integrative science it is good, or as a first line of treatment also can we approach for these diseases?
See, in acute conditions and chronic conditions, Ayurveda has 2 types of formulations, as I mentioned earlier. Polyherbal formulations and herbo-mineral and metallic formulations. Right. Okay. So whenever there is acute condition, so there is high fever or there is some infection, acute infection. So in earlier days, they used to give metallic preparations.
Okay.
And it is always advised for a person to take metallic preparations for like 5 days to 7 days and then to stop. Okay. And those formulations, they give instant results. Metallic preparations, they are so fast to act. Okay. Whereas in chronic conditions, it is always herbal medicines which are recommended, which can be used for a long period of time. Okay. So now there is a misconception that if we take metallic preparations, we will have liver toxicity or kidney toxicity. Definitely. See, if the metal is not purified the way it should be, as mentioned in the classics, first thing. And the second thing is if it is not taken in a proper dose. So if a person by himself or a doctor is prescribing a metallic preparations for weeks together. Okay. So definitely that is going to cause some side effect. Whereas if it is made in a proper way and it is given in a proper dose for a limited period of time, there won't be any side effect. Okay. So acute conditions also, Ayurveda in earlier ancient times, it was only Ayurveda which was saving lives with.
Right.
So that's why they made such preparations so as to act fast in acute and in inflammatory and infectious conditions. For chronic conditions like diabetes, hypertension, definitely integrative way is the way of choice in present situation. And I always go for integration. Okay. So whatever medicines you are taking, along with that you start Ayurveda medicines, and with the outcomes, with both the medicine, whatever outcomes you are getting, based on which you should go on tapering the dose of your allopathic medicine.
Got it.
Slowly and gradually. And then when your sugar levels are normal, your BP is normal, you can only be with Ayurveda medicines and a good lifestyle. See, these are lifestyle disorders.
Exactly.
So when you have your sugar under control, when you have your cholesterol under control, if you maintain a good lifestyle, you can make it under the normal levels, your sugar or cholesterol or BP for a longer period of time only with lifestyle, good lifestyle. So nowadays my aim is to make people aware about the traditional principles which ancient India used to follow. Okay, and because of the fast lifestyle, people have forgotten the ways to live actually in modern time.
Right.
And it is like back to the future.
That is true.
Okay.
That is true.
So this I like this very much. Like, you are going back, but to the future. Right. So you have to go to your roots, because people now there are training institutes. I just wonder that now people are getting trained for getting up in the morning. See, so now I came across some Instagram post and all where there are training sessions to get to, like, as a 5 a.m. challenge.
Right.
I just saw Sattvic movement.
Right.
I came across, and they are training people, and people are
following it.
Why? Because they are not following now.
Right.
Whereas the ancient people,
They used to follow that.
They used to get up at 4 o'clock on their own, and they used to work, and then they eat. They were eating only twice a day. So now people are coming for intermittent fasting. This is now a trend, intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
Oh, I should fast. Whereas this was there in Indian
lifestyle.
roots. Yeah, this was there in the lifestyle of. You, अगर हम किसी को बोल दें आप व्रत करो, so they are like कि ये क्या आप religious, because it is things were related. There was a relationship of every disciplined lifestyle with a religion, because people used to follow religious works with more discipline.
Right.
Okay.
Religiously.
Yeah, religiously. You see, a fast was for us, for our body. So it was connected to some religious point of view, so that people do it in a more disciplined way. Okay, and they are more self-aware and conscious about what they are doing on that specific day. People used to fast once in a week, and then some people used to fast twice a week, which is periodic fasting nowadays, which comes under intermittent fasting.
Right.
And then this was the daily routine to eat twice daily. In the morning and then in the evening. They never used to snack in between in the earlier days, which is intermittent fasting, and now people are following it. So at least I'm happy that people are going to the roots with some modern names, but that is actually Ayurveda, or it is the tradition which was there in the in our genes, and it has gone. So we are actually going back. But to the future, we are making it evident that yes, it is working. So now there are so many researchers. You see, I mean, there are n number of papers now. People are doing extensive research on intermittent fasting.
With amazing benefits.
They are coming up.
I think ये सब ना all this turn has, I think COVID के बाद काफी चीजें बदली हैं. People are more conscious about their health.
Yes.
तो this way of life जो वो पहले जी रहे थे वो थोड़ा बदल रहा है, अभी भी पूरा नहीं, because the life itself is
there are institutes who are training how to eat
right.
So how to eat right. So there are institutes with mindful eating training sessions. They are charging for it, okay, heavily. And people are taking those courses because they are not following. They don't know. Actually, they have forgotten. They have forgotten when to eat, how to eat, where to eat, and what to eat. Okay. So these questions, for these 4 questions, they are getting trained. And the answer is in Ayurveda. So there are Ashtavidhi Ahar Ayatanani.
Okay.
It's explained in Ayurveda. It's a concept like where to eat, what to eat, when to eat, how much to eat. Okay, so it's all explained in our Vedas in a very beautiful manner, and which people used to follow, and now it has gone and it is coming in a different way.
Right,
So
right,
with the
right.
name of mindful eating,
Hmm.
with new names now.
Different diets,
Yes.
ketogenic diet.
Yes. So see, ketogenic diet, it can be compared with the the snehapan. We give snehapan. Sneha means oil.
Okay.
Okay. It can be in the form of ghee or oil. It is the lipids. Sneha. Pan means to drink. Okay. So ketogenic diet is all
fats and
about
protein.
fats and proteins. In Panchakarma also, when we go for a detox, okay, before going for Vaman or Virechan or any of the Panchakarmas, we ask a person to take lots of ghee, and prior to that we ignite the digestive fire.
Right.
There are certain purva karmas, that is the pre-operative procedures, okay, so to prepare the body to take that amount of ghee, and then during that 5 or 7 days of only oil or ghee intake, that person is advised to take only that certain amount of dose, which we decide as per the digestive capacity of a person, and then with hot water, okay, the whole day the person is asked to drink hot
Only
water
that.
and some khichdi and dal diet. So that is protein and fats, okay, and whenever you feel hungry, that time only you have to take, and then we give a detox. So that ketogenic diet, again, that is a concept mentioned in Ayurveda for weight loss.
Right.
So it is not only for weight loss, but to expel out the toxins
Yeah.
we use. Whatever dosha is disbalanced, as per that we choose the ghee or the oil, medicated ghee or the
Okay.
medicated oil. Okay. So there are n number of ghees and oils, and we choose as per the dosha which is imbalanced to expel it out.
तो वही सारी चीजें आज घूम के नए नए नाम से
नए
नई नई
नाम से
चीजों से
आ रही
आ रही हैं.
Yes, and people are getting attracted and they are following.
Right.
At least that is satisfactory. The people somehow they are following it.
Yeah. New way of life, new way of living. जैसा स्ट्रेस है उतने ही क्विक रिजल्ट्स भी चाहिए, तो नए नाम भी चाहिए उसके लिए. नए नाम मिलेंगे तो उनको समझ आएगा कि अच्छा इसमें ये 3 चीजें हैं.
Definitely.
राइट. बट या आई मीन ठीक है, दिस इज हाउ लाइफ इज, एंड इसी के अंदर हमें ब्लेंड करके.
Definitely.
तो अभी कमिंग टू स्पेशलाइजेशन, आपने पीडियाट्रिक्स में बहुत किया है, तो आप पीडियाट्रिक्स में पहले तो कैसे आए, मतलब व्हाट इंटरेस्टेड यू टू स्पेशलाइज इन पीडियाट्रिक्स?
Yeah, so see, the first thing is my teacher. He inspired me when I was in UG, like I was doing my graduation and post-graduation when I was doing my internship. So when I was posted in the pediatric department, which is called as Kaumara Bhrityam, okay. So science which nourishes a child. Kaumara is child and Bhrityam is nourishment, okay. So that's why it's called as Kaumara Bhrityam. So when I was like working under him, he used to treat every child very special, okay. And the way he used to counsel parents, okay, for the day-to-day activities of a child, and what to give, what not to give, and then as to treat the common diseases like cold, cough, fever, okay, with Ayurveda medicines. It was like fascinating. And secondly, definitely because see, if we want to build a good personality, okay, it is always in our childhood, whatever habits we inculcate as a parent or as a teacher, okay, or as a doctor, I would say. So if you are if your child is like brought up in a very disciplined and in a healthy environment with good food and healthy diet, okay, and with certain principles, okay, and a path. So definitely that child will become a good person,
Right.
and with not as a person, but he will develop physically and mentally both
Strong.
very strong. Okay, so that's why in Ayurveda, among the 8 branches, Ayurveda has 8 branches.
Okay.
And amongst all those, Kaumara Bhritya is like considered the top.
Okay.
Okay, it was given the topmost priority by the acharyas.
अच्छा,
Why? Because of this reason only, I feel. Because
बच्चों की डेवलपमेंट अच्छी होगी तो आने वाले टाइम में बाकी की लाइफ अच्छी होगी, उनकी नॉलेज भी अच्छी होगी अबाउट हाउ टू ईट, एंड ओवरऑल लाइफस्टाइल उनका अच्छा रहेगा, मेंटालिटी अच्छी रहेगी.
सही. तो हम वो शक्तिमान देखते थे ना,
हाँ.
छोटे पर छोटी छोटी मगर मोटी बातें. सो वेरी स्मॉल थिंग्स लाइक टू वॉश हैंड्स, टू गेट अप अर्ली, टू मेडिटेट फॉर सम टाइम, व्हाट टू ईट, and how much to like what to see, and how much to see. See, nowadays kids, they are overusing these computers or tablets and mobiles. So because both parents are working, okay, earlier it was not. See, 15-20 years back the environment was entirely different, and now if you see a child,
Completely.
a small kid, he is having a big phone in his hand, and he is just
much smarter
sitting,
than our school.
Yeah, and they are so smart. They are sitting all together for hours, like 3 hours, 4 hours. They are just watching it.
Right.
So there is no socialization. So see, if you are guiding your child in a way which is healthy for him, and all these things, they have an impact over your brain, over your immunity, over your mental health, your psychology. See, child psychology, it's a very big subject. And to develop a child psychology in a positive way, the child need to have discipline.
Right. Yes. Exactly. And इसमें क्या बोलते हैं, जब पीडियाट्रिक्स बोलते हैं तो कहाँ तक की एज तक के बच्चे कवर होते हैं, मतलब?
So as per Ayurveda, it is up to 16 years.
अच्छा, up to 16 years.
Yes.
तो वो pediatrics में सारे कवर होंगे.
See how beautifully in Ayurveda they categorized the age. Likewise in modern, they have preschool, toddler.
Right.
So in Ayurveda, it is Jatamatra. Jatamatra is the just born baby. Okay, Jatamatra, just born baby. And then Shishu, which is up to 1 month of age. Okay, which is 1 month is Shishu. And then Bala. Bala is up to 3 years of age. Okay. A child is called Bala. And then Kumara. Kumara is more than 3 years of age. 3 to 16 years of age is Kumar. Okay, and see how beautifully they described Bala naam aparipakva dhatu, ajata vyanjanam sukumaram, akleshasaham. That means they described kids or children as aparipakva dhatu, which is like not mature. The tissues are not in a matured state, so they are still developing. Okay, aparipakva dhatu. Dhatu is tissues. Aparipakva, that is which is not matured, which is still cooking up. Okay, it is building in the body. Okay, Sukumaram, which is a child is very delicate. Okay, and Akleshasam, that is which cannot tolerate something harsh or something very strong. So that's why the medicines in kids, they should not be very strong. The dose is different, and the quality of the medicine, that is the potency, we should always keep in mind that certain medicines, they are not indicated in kids. Okay, so that's why the specialization, that which medicine to give, which not to give, and proper care of the gut. in the first year of life, the child is called Shirapa. When Shirapa means, Shira means doodh. And the child who is only on milk is Shirapa. Okay, who is only drinking milk. Shira Annada, who is taking Shira as well as Anna. Okay, so up to 3 years of age, it is more of like the milk, quantity of milk and the quantity of grains. It is same. Okay, and after 3 years, it is more of grains, Annada, more of grains and less of milk. The milk quality, it goes down, and then the child is more on solid food. So this is also categorized. See, the age classification as per the food what the child is taking, Shirapa, Shirannada and Annada. And according to that, the diet was given. And you see, since from the age of like birth, it is a very beautiful science, Shubham. It's very nice if you learn, if you read some authentic books of Ayurveda, which describes about newborn care, So people now, they are not following. In South, you will find at some places they are following the newborn care, but in North,
अभी भी नहीं है.
नहीं है. There is no awareness. So there is a lot to say, but there are samskaras explained, Samskaras are something which are explained specifically for kids. So like we follow Namkaran samskar, naming ceremony, which we say. And then we follow a Vardhapana samskara. Nowadays, like every month, up to 12 months, they celebrate. Oh, now he is 1 month, 2 months. But what was the significance? The significance was every month, at least on the day of birth, you assess your child.
Right.
If he has any infection or fever or anything which has developed in his body, whole like सब कुछ अच्छे से देखना by a doctor. So that was the concept at that point of time. And then after 12 months, it is yearly. Vardhapana is birthday celebration yearly. So birthday celebration majorly is on that day you see a physician, a Vaidya. At that ancient time,
Okay.
so you see a Vaidya on that specific day at least for a proper whole checkup of your kid, whether he is growing normally, the doshas are going okay, he is eating well, the weight is okay. So that was the concept for birthdays.
जो आज के डेट में सिर्फ एक्साइटमेंट है, which is in a way it is okay, yeah.
Which is good, but this should also
But this
be,
was,
yeah.
but वो एक टाइम पर एक मतलब हेल्थ का चेकअप ज़्यादा था वो.
Yes. And
हेल्थ
then
असेसमेंट.
see, there are many. So Upaveshan Samskar. See, Nishkraman Samskar. So Nishkraman Samskar is on 4th month it is performed.
Okay.
And it is the first stepping out of baby. Like the baby is taken out of house for the first time to a temple or a religious place. So why? Why? Because by that time the baby starts to smile and to respond. So just to see whether the baby is socializing, giving a social smile. See, these are milestones which are achieved by the baby, and to see or to check whether the baby is developing those milestones properly, these samskaras were mentioned. Okay, and the care, the newborn care, it is extensively and beautifully explained in Kaumara Pratyam.
तो वो पूरी आप बता रहे हो कि एक बुक में सारी चीजें डॉक्यूमेंटेड हैं.
Yes.
कि एवरीथिंग इज देयर कि बच्चे को कैसे रेज करना है, क्या होगा, एक पीडियाट्रिक से ऊपर जब जाता है तो क्या होगा, तो पूरी लाइफ की जर्नी बताई है.
Definitely.
है ना. और उस पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू पे आप आयुर्वेदा को कैसे इंट्रोड्यूस कर रहे हो हर जगह पर.
So see, Ayurveda is not only about treating diseases.
राइट.
See, अभी आपको ये समझ में आया होगा कि it is only a small part.
It's a way of life. पूरा आप.
It's a way of life. See, if you are bringing up your child with such like principles, the roots of Ayurveda, then how your child will be. Definitely he will have a strong immunity, a strong physical and mental growth. So he will not need medicines on and off.
right,
The frequency of infection. Beautifully, they have explained Phalaprashana Samskar, Annaprashan Samskar, when to introduce fruits. Okay, so exclusively they say now also, the conventional medicine, they say that exclusive breastfeeding for 6 months. So in Ayurveda also we say exclusive breastfeeding for 6 months. But then at 6 months, because mother's breast milk, okay, it doesn't have vitamin C, vitamin D and iron, okay. So that is needed at that point of time after 6 months of age. So to introduce that Phalaprashana, that is introducing fruits, and that too citrus fruits. So orange juice, Mosambi juice, those are the ones which are introduced first to a child. And then Annaprashana is at 10th month, because the child start developing teeth. Okay, so that is a beautiful ceremony which is done in a beautiful way, and whatever the child likes, especially milk preparations made with suji, this rice and some grains, they prepare some food articles, and then whatever child chooses to, they give that to by a priest. Okay, and उसके सामने कई चीजें भी रखते हैं, just to see the psychology of a child.
अच्छा, कि वो क्या चीज
उठाता है, ऐसा बोलते हैं just for a fun, कि वो जो चीज उठा रहा है, his interest is in that.
Okay.
तो वो वही बनेगा. मतलब उसका एक साइकोलॉजी टेस्ट करते हैं. बुक रख दिया, एक बॉल रख दी,
अच्छा,
कुछ म्यूजिक आइटम रख दिया.
Okay.
Which way he is going? बुक उठा रहा है, ओ ये तो बहुत पढ़ने वाला बनेगा. बॉल उठा रहा है, अच्छा कहीं स्पोर्ट्स में जाएगा. ऐसे इट्स अ थॉट.
ये तो अच्छा, एक बड़ा अच्छा कॉन्सेप्ट लगा मुझे.
So this is, they assess that, they have assessed the psychology of a child. They have given importance. You see, they have given importance to the psychology, how the child is thinking, in which way the child is thinking.
And ये सब क्या बोलते हैं इसे आयुर्वेदा में, ये सब अगर कोई पढ़ना चाहता है तो how can someone do that? This journey. Is it possible?
Definitely. If you have interest, you can get books and you can start reading. So they are available in Hindi, English.
Okay.
So the main shlokas are in Sanskrit, but the verses are converted and translated into. So there are Kerala books, like the books written by Kerala Vaidyas, experienced in only pediatrics.
अच्छा.
Okay. So Arogya Raksha Kalpadruma, that is a book which is not very old, like Sushruta Samhita or Charak Samhita or Ashtanga Sangra, which are ancient, 200 BC or that time books. But this is like
New
Age book, which is written by the practical experiences of Ayurveda practitioners who are only seeing kids. Okay, and it is a beautiful book. So they have written what all to give, what all not to give, since from the birth of the child. You see, Swarna Prashanam is a very beautiful concept, and I want parents to know at present, like in present era. See, nowadays kids are facing challenges in 3 ways, like the environmental pollution. You see, they are making a kid's immune system weak at their own pace. Okay, and then the eating habits, bad eating habits. Even majority of the kids, they have bad eating habits. They eat kurkure, lays, chips, chocolates, more of these items. And even if few of them which they eat vegetables and fruits, कितने पेस्टिसाइड्स नहीं होंगे.
Right.
आजकल हम ही लोगों को इतना प्रॉब्लम करते हैं, तो किड्स, एज आई सेड, डेवलपिंग एज है उनकी, तो वो भी उनको इफेक्ट करता है. एंड देन इनएक्टिविटी, पूरे टाइम फ़ोन पर लगे रहना. सो दीज आर द 3 मेन कंसर्न्स. और उसकी वजह से क्या होता है, मेजरली द इम्यून सिस्टम इज
डाउन, जिसकी वजह से प्रॉब्लम्स होती हैं.
जिसकी वजह से मेरे पास जो पेशेंट्स आते हैं, मेजरली द पेरेंट्स कंसर्न इज ऑन एंड ऑफ. ये हर समय फीवर आता रहता है,
अच्छा,
कोल्ड कफ होता रहता है, बहुत फ्रीक्वेंटली इल पड़ता है. तो तो उसके लिए you see Shubham, I like there is a concept in Ayurveda, Swarna Prashanam, which is introducing gold nanoparticles in a certain amount, specified dose, along with Brahmi, with some herbs like Brahmi, Vacha, Shankpushpi, Kushta. So these are herbs which are mentioned to improve mental health, that is memory, cognition, as well as the immune system. See, now researchers have confirmed the efficacy of gold nanoparticles over the innate and humoral immunity. Okay, and they have taken these gold nanoparticles as a treatment therapy in cancer patients and autoimmune related diseases. So in ancient time, Ayurveda acharyas, they made this formulation Swarna Prashanam for all healthy kids. It should be started from the birth itself, okay, from the day of birth to the age of 16 years. And by giving this, it is given along with honey and ghee, okay, medicated ghee and honey. If you give it with Brahmi Ghritam, it has significant effect. And you see the frequency of getting cold, cough, frequent infections, it has gone down in like almost all kids whosoever are taking Swarna Prashanam under my guidance. The parents are just so happy. They say that now he has improved a lot in his school performance also, and his aggression has come down. He used to shout a lot, and then he never used to sit at one place. Now he has more of concentration in studies.
Conscious हो गया.
And the cold and cough frequency, it has gone. So see, small things, if you
They make a
and
difference.
it is a monthly dose.
Okay.
It is a monthly dose. See, it is said to be given on a daily basis also. But if you give monthly also, it is fine. So if you can spend money on Kurkure and Lays, in spite of that, if you give them this, these small preparations, formulations which can bring your child in a healthy state, in a mental mindfulness. So
वो उसके आने वाली लाइफ के लिए बहुत अच्छा होगा.
बहुत अच्छा है.
शंख पुष्पी तो मैंने बहुत पी है.
बहुत भी है. See, Saraswatariष्टम, these are very common things. And people, without any prescription also they give. कि हाँ इसको ले लो, उससे कुछ नहीं है, तुम्हारा दिमाग तेज हो जाएगा. So शंख पुष्पी is one of the rasayanas which is explained for kids.
शंख पुष्पी, ब्राह्मी भी ली है.
Brahmi, see, Brahmi, in one of the recent articles, it is published in a good journal. I was just seeing few days back. So it is, first thing, the safety is proven. It is safe to be used in kids, child and adolescents. And second thing, it has effect in hyperactivity, cognition, behavior and memory. So such small
things they play a big role.
They play a very big role.
ये तो मैं एग्री करता हूँ. तो यही मेडिसिन होती हैं व्हेन यू टेक केयर ऑफ पीडियाट्रिक में, जैसे अगर किसी को डिप्रेशन होता है या फिर chronic mental problems.
Pediatric depression is very uncommon. But now in pediatrics we see more of nowadays, which was not
autism.
Yeah, which was not seen 15 years back or 10 years back, which was not so common. Now it has become very common, is autism or hyperactivity. You see, and now kids have both features, mixed features, autistic with hyperactivity, ADHD. Syndrome, now it is called as syndrome because they have autistic features as well. So we treat with external therapies like some LEPA applications. Okay. And then Nasyam, that is oil installation, and then some oil applications, and along with that some internal medicines.
Okay.
Yes.
तो इसमें हम कुछ एलोपैथिक भी वो करते हैं इंक्लूड, या फिर इट इज कम्प्लीटली आयुर्वेदा एज एन इंटीग्रेटिव वी मेक श्योर कि चाइल्ड, क्योंकि वो पेरेंट जो होता है ना, ही इज ऑल्सो वेरी अवेयर कि ये भी है. सो जनरली क्या रहता है कि डू दे वर्क टुगेदर, और एज अ स्टैंड अलोन ट्रीटमेंट ही हम बोलते हैं कि नहीं आप पहले इस चीज को पूरा कर लो, सो दैट इट डजंट इंटरेक्ट विद दैट.
I do prefer integrative approach. So along with my medicines, I ask parents to start with speech therapy, occupational therapy. So these two are a must. Okay, the behavioral therapy and occupational therapy, I advise them to start with. So even if you go to a conventional medicine doctor, they don't have medicines for this. They ask the parents to, they give psychostimulants actually.
Right.
Okay, so they have their own side effects, and they ask them to go for these alternative therapies like speech and occupational therapies. So I don't recommend psychostimulants when a kid comes to me, but yes, as an integrative approach, I do recommend occupational therapy, and if there is a speech related problem, then speech therapy or behavioral therapy.
Got it.
And amazing results, amazing results. So I would like to say that one of my patient, that kid was 7 years old, and his mom brought him to my clinic. He was like severe case of hyperactivity with aggression, severe case, and he was beating his mother with abusive language. Oh my God. So he was uncontrollable, the family members, they were not able to control his shoutings, and the behavior was very severe aggression. He was biting. So with my medicines for 15 days, he was given with some internal medicines and some LEPA applications I advised, and I asked her to start with behavioral therapy. So she couldn't start at that point of time. For the first 15 days she was searching, but then with my medicines, when she came for the follow-up, the child was able to sit at one place, and she said that he is listening to her now, and he is not that aggressive. Okay, his nature has calmed down, and he sleeps well, he is eating now. So like I treat mainly the gut brain axis.
Got it.
Okay. So you can see research papers, they have shown that
gut is the second brain.
Yes, in autistic kids, if we treat the gut, it has an impact over the brain. And I do start with some medicines which balances the gut microbiome.
Okay.
And which in turn they like regulate the functioning of the brain. तो उससे जो अंतर आता है ना, so बहुत अच्छा result. And then she started with the occupational therapy and behavioral therapy, and now the kid is doing fine. It's small, someday or the other day he has some aggression or something, but
that is controllable.
It has controlled 80%. It has come down with medicines and external therapies and these occupational therapies.
So when we say medicines in Ayurveda, so सिर्फ इसमें medicines दी जाती है, और ऐसा lifestyle change आपको ये भी बताना पड़ता है कि आपको ये diet लेनी पड़ेगी या फिर ये lifestyle करनी पड़ेगी?
Yes, Shubham, I recommend diet along with the medicines.
Okay.
So diet is always a part of my prescription.
Okay.
And which takes one page altogether. Sometimes I have to ask the patient to, like, I will send your diet chart tomorrow, because it is like personalized for every patient, and it takes time to make a diet chart for every patient. So it is a part of prescription. It is कुछ अलग नहीं है prescription से. So medicine, and I always say मेरे patients को कि medicines जो मैं लिख रही हूँ, that plays only 40% of the role. It is always the diet which you have to follow. So 60% of the effect is with diet.
Okay.
And if you are taking only medicines and you are not following diet, then definitely that 40% will also come down to 20%. Okay. So diet definitely, and especially based on the doshas. से इफ देयर इज मोर ऑफ एग्रेशन लाइक दैट चाइल्ड। सो मैंने कम्प्लीटली उनका स्पाइसी एंड
सब बंद करवाया।
सब बंद, हाँ, आपको चिलीज बिल्कुल भी यूज नहीं करने हैं, नूडल्स एंड ये जंक फूड, बेकरी
वहीं से ही आप बोल रहे हो शुरू हुआ था, जो हमने धीरे धीरे कंट्रोल किया और उसका फिर यही सारी चीजें डाइट चेंज करी और आपने कुछ हर्ब्स बताई, उससे थोड़ा सा कंट्रोल में आ गया।
डेफिनेटली।
तो ओवरऑल इट्स अ होलिस्टिक, पूरा अगर मैं बोलूँ एक प्लान है पूरा ये, राइट, जो आयुर्वेदा को बोलते भी हैं और जो यूज भी करते हैं कि, तो इट इज जनरली इन एवरी केस, हर केस में हमें डाइट तो मॉडिफाई करना ही होता है, चाहे वो कितना ही सिवियर हो।
Because diet is the one which has led you to such conditions. So if you are not stopping the aggravating or the triggering factor, then until and unless you stop that, आप कितना भी मेडिसिन ले लो, आपको इफेक्ट नहीं आएगा। आप बिना मेडिसिन के भी अगर अपना डाइट ठीक कर लेते हैं
तो भी आपको फर्क पड़ेगा,
आपको 60 to 70% आराम आ जाएगा। कई लोग बोलते हैं ना कि मुझे स्पाइसी खाने से ही प्रॉब्लम होने लगता है, या मैं ये चीज लेता हूँ तो मुझे बॉडी में इचिंग होने लगती है, एंड दे नो कि ये चीज हो रही है, स्टिल दे कीप ऑन टेकिंग बिकॉज देयर टंग they have the craving actually,
right.
तो वो क्रेविंग नहीं रुक पाती है, तो उसके लिए मुझे भी काउंसिल करना पड़ता है पेशेंट्स को बहुत, बिकॉज टू चेंज डाइट नो इट्स नॉट इजी।
आप किसी को उसके पूरे बिलीव्स को बोल रहे हो कि यू हैव टू चेंज योर कंप्लीट बिलीव्स, पूरे दिन तू जो खाता है अब तो रुक जा वो सब।
और यूजुअली जो मैं लिखती हूँ कि आपको नहीं खाना है, वो बोलते मैं तो यही खाता हूँ, आप ये खाते हो इसीलिए आपको बीमारी हो गई है आप ये बंद कर दो तो आपकी बीमारी ठीक हो जाएगी। एंड दे कम एंड दे से आई फॉलोड योर डाइट एंड आई एम परफेक्टली फाइन, बट देन दे अगेन स्टार्ट आफ्टर सम पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम,
तो वो वापस हो जाती है।
तो आप धीमे धीमे वो फिर से एक्यूमुलेट होना शुरू हो जाता है, बिकॉज योर बॉडी टाइप, सी अगेन द रोल ऑफ बॉडी टाइप। So every disease there is certain role of your body type, because whatever dosha is already there in your body in a dominant state, if you are taking aggravating factors based on that dosha only, तो definitely आपको उससे related problems आएंगे ही आएंगे।
Right. Great. I mean बहुत आज I think बहुत ज़्यादा informative session रहा होगा।
I know it's so vast, Shubham, it's so vast and मतलब बहुत सारे केसेस हैं एंड रिजल्ट्स इतने अच्छे मिलते हैं, एंड दैट्स व्हाट इट गिव्स अ सेटिस्फैक्शन कि नहीं आयुर्वेदा वर्क करता है, ऐसा नहीं है। एंड मैंने बस जो आपको पहले बोला था कि पीपल शुड नो व्हाट टू यूज एंड व्हेन टू यूज, सो व्हेन टू गो फॉर आयुर्वेदा एंड व्हेन टू गो फॉर कन्वेंशनल सिस्टम ऑफ मेडिसिन. They should know this. Both systems have their own importance, and when to choose what, this should be made aware of.
Right.
If people know this, definitely their life will become very easy and healthy.
So अगर कोई इंसान एक जनरली किसी को कोई बीमारी ना भी हो, वो अगर आपसे आए तो you will take a proper consultation कि अब तुम ये चीज़ें करो.
And we want such people to come.
Okay, वो जनरली आते ही बाद में आज के टाइम में, जब उनको बीमारी हो जाती है कोई.
So Shubham, I am practicing since last 7-8 years, and in the earlier years of my practice, there were no patients who used to come for wellness. Okay. It was only after so many they have consulted at so many doctors, and then they used to come to me with bunch of files. मेरे को ये है, मेरे को वो है, but now people are coming for wellness. I have so many patients now who are coming with their reports कि हमने ये routine checkup कराया था and this is borderline and this is borderline, so I want to get it controlled and I don't want to take any allopath medicine for this, so can you treat me or can you make this normal? So definitely, and they are taking some normal like amla, haldi, nisha amlaki tablets. It has only haldi and amla. Some simple formulations they are taking, and they are living happily and healthy. And for small things they approach me only. भाई मेरे को cold and cough हो गया, कुछ weight loss के लिए आते हैं. So now they are approaching Ayurveda कि भाई मेरे को आप खाली डाइट बता दो. So with diet I want to lose weight.
Okay.
or I want to take a detox as per my body type. And so now people are aware ki yes, there is something called body type, and I should what should I take as per my body type, what I should not. So people are getting aware, but not in a broader way. But yes, I hope through your platform,
let's hope for the best.
they will come across.
They will. That is for sure. You know, ये ना एक I think एक पूरा mindset है जो धीरे धीरे शिफ्ट वापस से हो रहा है, और जब एकदम से तेजी पकड़ेगा. जैसे एक तो सबसे बड़ा इवेंट कोविड ही था, जिसके बाद लोगों के मन में जागरूकता बहुत ज़्यादा आ गई है कि ये सब सिर्फ एलोपैथी पे रिलाई नहीं कर सकते, थोड़ा अपने ऊपर भी सोचना पड़ेगा कि कैसे हम अपने आप को ठीक करें, सो दैट आने वाली टाइम में ऐसी चीज़ हम पहले ही थोड़ा सा ध्यान रख लें. तो प्रिवेंशन धीरे धीरे बढ़ रहा है. प्रिवेंशन आज के डेट में भी उतना है नहीं, बट वो शायद और विद इन 2-3 years 4 years things will take a drastic step. तो बहुत सारे wellness centers भी बन रहे हैं.
Yes.
तो
every clinic now has a wellness term. Huh? This and wellness clinic.
And wellness clinic. Yeah. तो wellness तो ज़रूरी भी है. उनको भी पता है कि हम ही गलत कर रहे हैं, बट वो सबकॉन्शियसली एक्सेप्ट भी नहीं करते. उनको लगता है जब तक ठीक है, जब तक कुछ हो नहीं जाता.
There are big fasting clinics.
हाँ.
Across, like not in India.
I know. US में तो बहुत है.
Fasting clinics, there people go and just do fasting. So they have very restricted diet and certain daily routine as per the doctor's advice, and they stay there for 15 days, 21 days altogether, and they have opened their research center, it's in Germany, one big fasting clinic, and they are they have published research papers on their fasting research trials.
Okay.
Yes.
कि हमारे यहाँ पर जो लोग आए उनसे क्या benefits मिले उनको बाद में.
So previously it was only fasting clinic, but now it's a center. It's altogether a center and a research center for fasting therapies.
बेनिफिट्स तो प्रूवन है, इसमें तो कोई बात ही नहीं है. वो तो ये है कि इंडिया में भी अब धीरे धीरे हमारे सबसे अच्छी बात ये फास्टिंग को लेकर कि हमारे रिलीजियस ऑब्लिगेशंस बहुत अच्छे हैं.
राइट.
नवरात्रे हो गए, हर उसमें आपके फास्टिंग के लिए कुछ ना कुछ, करवा चौथ हो गया, तो सब में फास्टिंग का एक प्रिंसिपल रहा है. तो वो आप चाहे वो करो या ना करो, लेकिन आप इन वन और दी अदर आप फास्ट ही कर रहे हो. राइट. तो वो अगेन दैट इज अनदर वेरी बिग थिंग इन आवर रिलीजन, इन आवर पूरा जो कल्चर है, इंडियन कल्चर है. तो
Indian culture is very authentic and very pure.
Right.
And everybody should follow.
Yeah.
So
नहीं कर रहे हो तो and people are growing more and more, and
yes,
they are doing all these things. But great, I mean overall this was fantastic. So if anyone wants to reach out to you, first of all, how can they do so? I mean apart from Vedic Roots, because Vedic Roots pe to they can easily find you and take a video consultation. Which brings me to a next question कि आपको अगर कोई मेडिसिन उन्हें देनी है वीडियो कंसल्टेशन में, so how can we do so?
So we in terms of delivering.
For online consultation specifically.
So I do take online consultations now also, and we have platform for delivering medicine.
Okay.
Yes. So it's at their doorstep. They will receive the medicine.
Okay. Yes. तो टाइम टू टाइम अगर उनका कुछ चेंज करना है तो वो टाइम टू टाइम यू कैन प्रिस्क्राइब देम डिफरेंट मेडिसिन, या फिर वो टाइम टू टाइम वी कैन सेंड इट टू देम. एंड अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट वेयर इज योर क्लिनिक, थोड़ा सा आप उसके बारे में बताइए.
सो माय क्लिनिक इज एट सेक्टर 46 गुड़गांव, नियर जस्ट बिहाइंड द हुडा मार्केट. सो इट्स कॉल्ड मस्टस आयुर्वेदा.
Nice.
So I sit there in the morning hours. Now I am full time at my clinic. So in the morning I sit from 11 to 2, and then evening 5 to 8.
Okay. Great. I think overall viewers को ना मुझे लगता है आज जितने डाउट्स उनके छोटे डाउट्स है ना, मुझे लगता है काफी क्लियर हुए होंगे.
I hope.
नहीं तो आपने जैसे बताया बहुत वाइड है. But probably we might do a second follow-up podcast अगर उनके बहुत सारे they have a lot of questions.
Definitely. I will this will be an opportunity for me to make people aware. Which is my aim. to promote Ayurveda at principles of Ayurveda. I don't want people to take medicine, but I want them to follow something which can bring back a balance in their life.
That is true. Great. I mean, fantastic. This session was amazing. Thank you so much, Dr.
Thanks, Shubham. Same here.
दोस्तों, आई होप आप सभी को ये पॉडकास्ट अच्छा लगा होगा. अगर आपको ये पॉडकास्ट अच्छा लगा तो इस वीडियो को लाइक करें और नीचे कमेंट करके अपनी राय ज़रूर दें. हम जल्दी ऐसे पॉडकास्ट और लाते रहेंगे, इसलिए इस चैनल को सब्सक्राइब ज़रूर करें. साथ ही अगर आपको ऐसा लगता है कि हम इस पॉडकास्ट को किसी भी तरीके से और इम्प्रूव कर सकते हैं तो हमें नीचे कमेंट्स में अपने ज़रूर बताइए, ताकि हम आने वाले वीडियोज़ में उनको एड्रेस भी करेंगे और साथ साथ उन क्वेश्चंस को जो भी आपके मन में उन सबको भी हम आने वाले वीडियोज़ में कवर करेंगे. मिलते हैं जल्दी.